Hello everyone and welcome back to Disco Elysium. So, last time I talked to the woman at the docks, for some reason I'm not remembering her name right now, and got a lot of the details of the world, and then I found my clipboard in the dumpster, which had details on my, let's just say, record as a police officer, and now I am at the end of day one. So let's go ahead and jump back in. Hopefully I won't have too many interruptions. I do have some new cats. I have a baby cat and a mama cat, and they are staying in this room until they can get used to the other cats. So, if they decide to do anything, I'll have to keep an eye out for them. So yeah, I can talk to Kim right now and end the day, or I'm not sure exactly if the clock stops eventually. Let's go ahead and go in here and look at my skill points, because I do remember I had 4 skill points, and I don't want to miss out on a whole lot of content. I know these will have more like dialogue options and stuff open up if you use them, so I'm feel inclined to use them a little bit early. So let's go ahead and see what I want to upgrade first off. So I could just specialize into like logic and empathy, like intellect and psyche. I think that's what I'm going to do instead of going to physique and motorics, however you say that route. So low physical, high intellect, basically. So I have a 7 in logic total. Let's see, encyclopedia is 5. I believe you can have 10. Yeah, 10 total. So, because I have the base attribute, I guess, of 4. Wait, does that mean I can increase my base attribute? And all of these will get a +1. Let's see. Wait, that was that one. Okay, so it seems like your base attributes just stay where they are. I'm sorry, getting back into this is a little, it's been a little too long. I shouldn't have taken such a long break. So, let's see, conceptualization. I'll do another logic. Might want to bump up my empathy as well. Let's see, understand others, of course, work your mirror neurons. See, Inland Empire, hunches and gut feeling, dreams and waking life, volition, hold yourself together, keep your morale up. That might be a good one. Possibly. I don't really want to intimidate people or assert myself. I more want to be like empathetic and understanding, rather than, talking down to people sort of thing. But authority is good. So, let's see. Suggestion, charm and woman, play the puppet master. However you say this one. Connect to Station 41, understand cop culture. Let's go ahead and do... Let's do an Inland Empire. Let's see, we have... Encyclopedia, of course, that's all of the trivial knowledge and other knowledge you can get. Rhetoric, practice the art of persuasion, enjoy rigorous intellectual discourse. Drama, play the actor, lie and detect lies. Understand creativity, see art in the world. And visual calculus, reconstruct crime scenes, make laws of physics work for the law. That might be a good one too. So... I do have a feeling that not leveling these up is going to bite me in the ass eventually. So I might start getting at least a few base scores into this later on. But I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that I won't have to do any kind of physical ability checks soon. I know there was one against Measurehead, but I don't want to fight that guy. I want to find a way to get past that through talking. So let's see. Drama, rhetoric, encyclopedia. I have 2 more skill points. Where's that one at? This one. I'll get that. And 1 more. Do I want to go rhetoric? I don't know if I want to go... I feel like rhetoric is useful for persuading people, since you know your way around words, essentially, to make your arguments convincing. I don't know, I could just go more visual calculus, or I could just do my logic even more. These kind of seem to work hand in hand, I would think. Let's go ahead and do logic one more. That'll be my level ups for now. Okay, so I know I have my notebook as well. This shows all of my stats. So, sorry, Cop 6. Communist 1, Fascist 3, Ultra-Liberal 3, Moralist 3. I'm basically everything but a communist, I guess. Yeah, let's see. Who put the clothes in the trash? The victim's clothes were in the trash container out back, neatly folded. You could have put them there, and why? Only the willing staff was supposed to have the key. Ask Kuno if he knows anything about the victim's clothes in the trash. Ask Gart if he knows how the victim's clothes got in the trash. I feel like Kuno's not going to say anything, unfortunately. So we're going to go inside of the Willing and Rags and talk to Gart about it. Sorry, the beginning of this episode was literally nothing but me leveling up, but I feel like I should have got that out of the way beforehand. Okay, so here's the trash container key.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
I found the victim's clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Okay, let's see. Maybe you don't remember putting them there. Maybe you were sleepwalking in a fugue state. Could someone on your staff have put them there? Or who else has keys to... I'm going to ask who else has keys to the trash container.
The trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road. Thank you anyway.
Okay, could someone on your staff have put them there? I know he's probably going to say no, but I feel like that's a decent line of questioning.
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Okay, thanks. Let's talk about something else. That's it. Do I want to go talk to Kuno again? I mean, I kind of want to leave the poor kid alone, but I feel like it would be not thorough of me to not at least try. I don't know why I'm not running either. I have caps lock on. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, let's go talk to Kuno one more time.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Okay, I want to discuss the body with you again, Kuno.
The fuck about it?
Oh wait, that's not it.
Get lost.
Okay, empathy, figure out what's going on with this kid. Talk to the gardener. She said not to... No, I'm not going to say that.
Kuno doesn't...
Yeah. Yeah, I feel really bad for that kid. Obviously, he has not had a good home life. We figured that out last time. So, I think I'm about to wrap up day 1, actually. I don't think there's anything else I can really do. Is my room still closed, though? Yes, it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk to Kim and debrief on day 1.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
Okay, I haven't paid the cafeteria manager for damages yet.
You should take care of that, then.
But I don't have the money.
Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the street. We'll figure something out.
Though he finds this situation frustrating, he is doing his best to not make you feel any worse than you already do.
Not sure how long I'm going to play for today. Probably about an hour. I know I won't be able to record any tomorrow because I have Dokapon in the morning and then possibly playing Splinter Cell Chaos Theory with someone else. So, we'll see.
Can I help you?
So, about that money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
I was wondering if we could come to some sort of arrangement for tonight.
Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
Okay, let's see. I will pay you back tomorrow. I'm an honest cop. It's cold out. I'll freeze to death because I'm losing the stupid money game. Come on, man. After everything I've been through, Kim is about to say something. Yeah, let's let Kim handle this one.
I understand your predicament as the manager. However,
He adjusts his glasses.
I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and
He stops mid-sentence.
I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment.
I'll say, hold on, I still have my key, you know.
Good luck trying to use it.
He taps his foot against a metal box installed on the back of the counter.
Draconian measures.
All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key.
I'm not gonna break the door down, no. Okay, this conversation isn't going anywhere, is it?
Not until you bring me the money.
Okay, I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
Okay, in his motor carriage. Probably some kind of lockpick or something. I don't feel good breaking into a hotel room. I mean, clearly we've trashed the place. I understand why he's
You see a
upset.
set of steering levers, a radio.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage.
Okay, let's look in the suspect transport enclosure.
The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark.
I confiscated this for a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
Okay, let's see, what are those things? What do you mean you confiscated them? You said something about a pawn shop. Thanks, I appreciate your help. Take the spinners. Sorry I can't take them, it wouldn't be right. I'll say, what do you mean you confiscated them?
A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son and high.
Okay, let's see. So you took his spinners. Isn't that corruption? I get it. I would have confiscated them too. I'll say, isn't that corruption?
I don't know. Is it? I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back.
Let's see. Did you want to put these spinners on your machine? Yeah.
No, that would be silly. I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. I couldn't put them on this MC anyway. A cop with spinners. That would be outrageous.
Yes, outrageously cool.
He flashes a smile, barely visible in the dark.
Yeah, I'm sorry you have to sell them because of me.
As I said, they are useless anyway. I should have remembered I have these earlier.
Okay, I already know about the pawn shop. Do I want to ask? Yeah, I'll ask
Yes,
it anyway.
the Bird's Nest Roy, near the canal. We've been there. If I'm not mistaken, it should be open late.
Okay.
Items that can be pawned at Bird's Nest Roy's appear in your inventory under the Items tab. You can pawn these items when talking to Roy.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate your help.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners.
All right, let's go. Too bad we can't have a decked out police wagon.
If you don't mind, please put the flashlight away.
Photonic sensitivity is not generally acknowledged by the medical establishment.
All right, sorry about that.
I do appreciate it.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, honestly.
Greetings on this fine night. What brings you here?
You do know it's not really a fine night. The weather is terrible. I'm not gonna. That's no. How come you're still open? It's cool that you're still open. Big city vibes.
The pawn shop is always open.
Let's see. There's something I'd like to sell.
We'd like to sell these hubcaps.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump a mesk banger? No matter. I'll give you 200 real.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
The lieutenant explains as the pawnbroker opens the register and counts the cash.
Of course, I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again.
Thank you.
He takes the cash and then turns to you.
Here's the 130 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
The rest goes in his pocket.
The rest is for him, to compensate for the pain of being separated from his radiant spinners. The windfall is a small consolation.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I'd like to sell my... No, that's it. I don't have anything to sell at the moment.
Another time, perhaps.
Okay, let's go pay our bill. I know what's happening with the walking. It's my mouse again. It's double clicking. That's why all of a sudden I'll walk instead of run.
Can I help you? Yes. Have you... Well?
Slam the bills down the counter. I hope you choke on it. Here it is. Sorry for the trouble. I'll say that.
Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow. The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
That's it. Okay. Let's go to bed. Or go talk to Kim in our room.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe.
Yeah.
And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Alright, let's go. Point of no return, I guess. This will be the end of day one, finally.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM?
Let's see. I don't know. I didn't know you smoked, Kim. How do you think today went? So what are our powers exactly? The RCM say nothing, just looking tonight. I'll say, how do you think today went? I mean, obviously it went pretty poorly.
Well, you were so hungover that you couldn't keep it down when we approached the hanged man. So we didn't even inspect the body. But we performed a thorough search of the premises of the crime scene. That's great.
though you really dropped the ball on inspecting the body, he doesn't want you to feel too discouraged. Probably out of fear that you will just give up and keep drinking.
Okay, let's see. Don't worry, Kim. I'll totally be up for inspecting the body tomorrow. I generally prefer to start with searching the scene and then move on to dealing with dead bodies. I'm sorry I couldn't do more today. I'm just not a very good cop, am I? Say nothing, just look at it. I'll say don't worry. I'll totally be up for inspecting the body tomorrow.
I look forward to that. As for the interviews, we weren't able to find the union leader, Everard Clare, much less interview him. So that's on the to-do list for tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll have to get past Measurehead to do that, though.
We interviewed Joyce Messier, the Wild Pines rep, and learned a lot. None of it very good news for us or Martinez, but
He gives you a quick nod of acknowledgement and approval.
above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
Let's see, yes, it's part of the Jamrock Shuffle. I don't like to waste time, you know. My mind moves fast, the rest has to try to keep up. I'm training for a long-distance run. I want to raise money for charity. Yeah, that's just how we roll in Precinct 41. I don't know why I do the things I do, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I'll say I don't like to waste time. My mind moves fast, the rest has to try to keep up.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those days.
He nods thoughtfully, tapping his finger on his cigarette.
Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
He looks at your snakeskin shoes and smiles suddenly. Okay, so what are our powers exactly, the RCM?
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Rebachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
See, power officers of the whoever shall exercise most frequently is imposing fines. Oh, okay, yeah. Wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse?
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say 1,000. Why not more? Because that sounds like almost extortion or something. Okay, what else?
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station closely. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
I mean, that's basically a summons. So, wait, how can you be sure the arrestee will show up?
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
I see, and if someone resists?
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in the watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
Okay, let's see. Wait, so if I kill someone while on duty, what happens to the people we convict? And who makes a... Okay, what happens to the people we convict?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Courant and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
He taps on his coat pocket where he keeps his notes. I don't know what that's implying. I don't want to sound like a bloodthirsty person. Let's see. We're permitted and strongly admonished not to abuse that power. Okay, I'll just say, and who makes all these rules?
The coalition government and the moral intern noteworthy. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less.
His gaze is absently fixed on a window below that just went dark.
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
I'm gonna say nothing to that.
Silence. A great comment to such a conundrum.
Yeah. Okay, the Moral Intern, what is it?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
Okay, so if I didn't know them, how would you describe them?
They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
What do they believe in?
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day.
What is their symbol?
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual. Something almost self-explanatory. Something ominous.
Okay, who was Dolores Day?
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
Okay, what do you think of them?
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
It is more than that. There's some kind of affection in him.
You like the Moral Intern?
Yes, I did, when I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of the sky. They're not all that bad.
That's another leitmotif associated with moralism.
But the years have changed that. I don't know what I believe in now. No, I believe in the RCM. That's enough for me.
I have an opinion on the Moral Intern.
Do you?
Okay, the lieutenant arches his brow, then pulls on his cigarette. It's a slim white thing in his fingers. Okay, so yeah, here we go. Things are bad out there. Point to the city. We need them here, giving us the right to police Revachol. They've done an awful job here. Have you seen the place? This isn't humanism. We are the stooges of the world's biggest bourgeois organization protecting bourgeois rights. Motor-sending immigrants, liberal kids, fucking men are turning into women. On second thought, I don't have an opinion. Forget about it. I'm like in between these two, because yes, you do need a police force to protect the people, you know, but they're also doing an awful job. So I'm kind of in the middle here. I almost want to say I just don't have an opinion, because again, me personally, I'm almost in the center of a lot of things, because I like to see the good and the bad of both positions. I do feel like I don't give enough credence sometimes to more of the leftist persuasion, but I try to. And yeah, like, I don't know. That's a difficult one. Yeah, I'm gonna say on second thought I don't have an opinion. Forget about it.
My kind of police officer.
He nods a light smile, then looks at the roundabout. Okay, I didn't know you smoked, Kim.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
See, I think I might want to pick up smoking. No, I do not want to pick up smoking. How did you get so cool, Kim?
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will, and unhealthy.
He flicks the ash.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit. Yet, were he to quit, he would lose the cool factor. This man relishes his cool quite a bit below it all.
Okay, right then, the debrief.
Yes. It's been a long and eventful day.
Okay, thank you for that. Oh, I could just say nothing and just look into the night and then say, I'll do that.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. An aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of its floodlights on the ground below. Kitsuragi's glasses light up as he looks to the sky. Two glowing circles.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different in land, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
He pulls on the cigarette. Okay, why are they like this?
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the union, to the company. Not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our two precincts.
And in Jamrock and the GRIH?
We run this city. West of the river is RCM land.
He looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the sky.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
I hope our investigation will help improve the situation and at least do some good. I do genuinely hope that.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
Yeah. Thank you for this.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Nice, I also got a level up. He puts out the stub of his cigarette and looks to the door. See you in the morning. Okay. I really wish that I could clean up in here. Bye. Yeah, let's just go to bed and see what the next day brings.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
Crawl in.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep. And then sleep doesn't come.
Okay, but I want to sleep.
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Let's see, check the pillow.
Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly.
Check the blanket.
It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily.
Okay, roll over to the side.
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Okay, so I don't know if this is going to have an effect on the next day. Like, if I don't get enough sleep, then maybe certain things, like, will happen differently. I'm gonna say no more thoughts, fall asleep now.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Oh, now we're in a dream sequence. Okay. Of course. Fucking disco ball above my body and everything.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
What is this? I remember nothing. I was born in a hospital where people usually go to die. I'll say I remember nothing.
Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
Tell me what this is. I'm not answering before you tell me who you are. You said who? I left. I was left. You said who?
Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth?
I'll say tell me what this is. I'm not answering before you tell me who you are.
You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets, wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone. Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This will be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life?
So, the main character got involved in a case or did something that made his wife leave him, I guess? Or maybe he left to protect her? I don't know. I'm gonna say I was left.
That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I'll say I can get it all back.
No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
What is Elysium?
Everything. The Pale and the Islas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
Okay, I've seen you before.
No, you haven't. You're just sleep talking. And the act is wearing thin, too. The spots on the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time, sweating up the bed. Stinky boy.
Okay, I can come back from this.
You're not coming back from shit, thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
Okay, I'm trying to solve this case.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
Okay, God, there's another type?
Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
That was a weird dream. Alright, let's see what this thought is.
Good going, buddy.
Okay, oh god, what the hell was that? I just had the most beautiful dream, uplifting, rejuvenating. Is that how it's going to be now when I close my eyes?
Yes. Wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What chick?
You don't know? You don't know? Some broad that messed you up. It'll come to you. It always does.
Okay, what the hell is going on with me?
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Okay, why is this happening?
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline.
Okay, no, I can take this. I am not going to go looking for speed.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
Okay, that's a lie. I can do this without the speed. Half the town won't be dead.
Suit yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark.
I do not need stimulants. That's the last thing you want, to be clear-headed. So, let's go look in the mirror again.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Let's see. I could dig deep into your mind to locate the source of the expression. 42%. I don't think I'll be able to do that yet. Actually, you know what? I could. Let's try it.
Like the rest of you,
Yeah.
it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Good skill points to encyclopedia to open this white check. Okay, yeah. I could attempt that again possibly in the future, so. Let's go see what Kim's up to. Are we actually going to be able to look into his room? I wonder what the other rooms in this place look like. See, nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange. Ooh, the cafe's open. Cafeteria. Nice. Go see what Kim's doing.
Morning.
He gives you a quick nod.
Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
See, what do you mean rowdy?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here, men who drink beer for breakfast, there's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardie Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
Okay, are these the men Gart told us about yesterday? There are so many of them, maybe we should call in reinforcements. No. Yeah, are these the men Gart told us about yesterday?
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it.
Okay, why do we need to talk to them? I mean, I know why, but...
Everything points to the Dock Workers Union. The tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information, which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy.
Okay, let's roll.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Yeah, let's see what it says. We already did. Well, we need to pay 20 again, but let's see. I guess they don't have that as an active thing. Should I go ahead and try to talk to them now? I'm kind of thinking about doing that. Let's see if this woman has anything to say.
Just a moment.
The old woman turns back to the cafeteria manager.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
The cafeteria manager appears genuinely apologetic.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
Okay, good day, ma'am. Everything all right?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
Okay, wait, what's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
He frowns.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
Why did you need to use the phone anyway?
To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
A little missing persons puzzle might just be the thing to take your mind off the hangover.
Okay, I'll buy it. Has your husband gone missing before this?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully. But you have more important things to worry about.
She glances out the window towards the bay.
More important than a missing expedition? I don't know. Expeditions often lead to something interesting.
Okay, so your husband is some kind of scientist?
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
What is cryptozoology?
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
The lieutenant sounds unimpressed.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect
Yeah,
her.
why are you gonna give her a hard time, Kim?
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious.
Literally being like, my husband is a cryptozoologist, and it's like, yeah, that's bullshit, and then she's like, oh yeah, like it's, I don't know, the way he just immediately said, oh, I'm sorry, about your hobby. What the fuck, Kim? Read the room a little bit.
Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
The quality of research at Revacholian universities has been on the decline, but you doubt there was ever a time when cryptozoology was embraced by the academic elite. She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
Okay, what is this expedition her husband was on?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the waterlock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
The waterlock that was broken. Could this be it?
See, wait, who is this Gary person? Do you trust him? The waterlock on the other side of the coast is broken. They're probably just stuck over there. I'm gonna ask if she trusts Gary.
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day.
Okay, the waterlock to the other side of the coast is broken. They're probably just stuck over there.
Oh my. What happened to the waterlock?
Sorry, that second one. Word around the canal is some weird new cryptid destroyed it. No. I was gonna say probably just some technical problem.
Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
This game allows you to be such an asshole.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect. Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the waterlock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
Okay, if I see him, I'll let him know you're here when or if I get there. Yes, definitely. I really spent too much time on this side case. No, I'm going to accept the task.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
Okay, tell me more about Morale. Looks, character, your relationship.
Oh, dear. I'm not sure where to begin.
What does your husband look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
You can't go around Revachol feeling grown men's hands. If you want to find her husband, you'll need more concrete information. It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Let's see, let's try. Why don't you try describing him as you would one of your cryptids? That's good enough. Sure, why don't you try describing him as you would one of your cryptids?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame. And he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case.
Hey, how long have you been married?
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow.
How did the two of you meet?
Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She smiles wistfully.
She's skipping over some important parts.
Yeah.
Perhaps you'll find out more later.
I think I have all the information I need. Let's move on.
I hope I've been useful.
Let's see. Tell me more about this rare insect your husband is looking for.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
I don't know if I want to piss off Kim, but I am genuinely interested. Okay, now I want to hear about the insect.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but...
Ah yes, Phasmatodia, a diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing. Ghost insects, colloquially. Oh yeah, here comes the interesting.
Where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
She looks you in the eye and nods thoughtfully.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you. It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
What makes you think the phasmid is around here?
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
So a newspaper clipping is all the evidence you have.
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes sparkle behind her glasses.
You seem really excited about this cryptid.
I suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insulindian phasmid. All scientists have their little hobby horses.
See, so is it dangerous?
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
Does it have cool powers?
Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years. Centuries, even.
Okay, what's so special about this stick bug, then?
Oh, dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special.
The woman's face flushes with embarrassment.
Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
Okay, that's all for now, ma'am. And now let's check up with the bartender.
Can I help you?
Cafeteria manager. Okay. I don't have the money for the bill tonight, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave. I thought he would have more dialogue or something. Ooh, let's talk to this woman.
Let me handle this.
The woman says to the crowd in the mess hall before turning to you.
Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
Let's see, you're the gardener. I knew you were not a gardener. I just wanted to know more about the place before I check it out. That's normal. You're the gardener.
No, I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
She crosses her arms.
So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardie? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does.
She points to the man on her right.
That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Let's see, what's your role in all this? What if I want to talk to you, not Titus? What are you going to do to me? Why are you so aggressive? I'll say, why are you so aggressive?
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
Just dock workers? Do dock workers spy on the police? We let you off easy, miss. Don't think it will happen again.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
The tall, broad-shouldered man takes a sip of his beer.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
Okay, the world needs a financial buffer zone. No need to get emotional. The privatization is not unlawful. It's cool and funny. Maybe you're just not historic individuals. I don't know where you heard that, but it's wrong. The RCM is principled and strong, unlike you socialists. I like that. Good start. Let's take it a step further. Armed uprising. What are the union's plans? Yeah, let's do that. Let's ask those questions. I don't really want to take a hard stance on this with this person. Like, I don't like any of these because they come off so strong. I don't want to inflame anybody. Like, I don't know. Yeah, let's ask those questions.
Let's.
Okay, what's your role in all this?
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
Okay, what are you going to do to me? The lieutenant is not satisfied with the approach.
What are we going to do to you? The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress.
Okay, what if I want to talk to you, not Titus?
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
Okay, I should talk to Titus then.
Jamais vu. Derealization. Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
Okay, so we got 1 XP for every orb clicked. All intellect learning caps raised by 1. Nice. So I got that one. I don't think we have any others that I can internalize right now. What was that? Photos of men in overalls toting guns. I can't read it. Damn it. You see hawthorn bushes outside. So you don't want to go ahead and try to talk to this guy. I think I will. Oh, there's some money right there. Okay, let's talk to this guy.
This is where you say your bit.
A broad-shouldered man points at you with a beer can.
Detective.
The lieutenant acknowledges it with a sharp note. He's leaving it to you. Don't say anything yet. First, we need to talk to you about your attitude. We need to talk about the hanged man out back. Yeah.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that won't.
You're sure taking your time, waiting for him to get ripe and pretty for you, huh?
Oh, he was a real pretty boy by now. Real hot stuff. Letting out that pretty boy smell.
Time to go to work in the shit factory!
Easy, boys. These janitors have a hell of a job cut out for them. I mean, I wouldn't go in there for $1 million.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match.
Okay, yeah, let's scan the room.
Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man in his 30s. Overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet. Across at the other table. Hobnailed working boots. Size 43. Gang tattoos. Mesk or Sarah Mauritian in his late 30s, early 40s. He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock Quarter. There were incarcerations. Hard to say what else. The ink is fading. And then, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 46. The big dick. Wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips. Rugby cap. Fingerless gloves. And numerous scars. A little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardie, Captain. In the far corner, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 44. 40-something. Non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum?
Where?
On his neck. Forget it. It's not important. Let's call this one the musician.
And the little guy?
Size 41. With the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing. In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46. Deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He, alone, is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
One of them is absent, the odd soul?
Exactly. The missing lady driver who was running the drug trade. Does it mean the Hardie boys are involved in the drug trade as well?
Let's see, the bandits definitely, the entire union might be involved. Let's look at, maybe even all the Martinez look around suspiciously. Not necessarily that the lady driver could have kept the drug trade secret. This would fit what Joyce told us, but I don't want to make any assumptions. I'll say that I don't want to make any assumptions.
Maybe. But hey, you've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Now is a good time to hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardie?
The fuck is with you, fella?
Titus is staring at you with his head tilted. Okay, the man that hanged in the backyard, did you do it? I found 8 sets of footprints, but there's only 7 of you. Where's the 8th Hardie boy? Guess what? I've connected you to the local drug trade? No. I talked to Joyce and the Merc you hanged. His friends are coming for you. I'm going to take off now. Okay, I found 8 sets of footprints, but there's only 7 of you. Where's the 8th Hardie boy?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardie boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here.
He sizes you up.
Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardie boy? We ain't hiring.
He shakes his head.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
She? So there's an 8th Hardie and it's a Hardie girl? Who might it be? Elizabeth? The gardener?
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
It has to be good, if he won't let you pursue it. Looks like the lieutenant thinks so too.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardie boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardie boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. And
he points at the lieutenant.
You're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardie sooner or later.
I don't know if I want to be just direct about that. So let's say the Merc you hanged. I don't want to do that. Okay, the man in the backyard, did you do it?
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Okay, why are your boot prints all over the scene?
You mean these boots?
He raises his worker boot, size 46 steel reinforced toe, yes.
We all got a pair. We wore them the night we took the pretty boy out back and hung him by the neck.
Yeah, we did this. Together. All of us. Until he was dead. That's why our prints are all over the scene.
Okay, hi, so you just confessed to murder?
Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility.
Yep.
It's an anti-arrest tactic.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you want to commit a crime, they do this often in big cities. There'll be a group of people that run and do a smash and grab in a store. And the logic is there's so many people that you can't possibly like arrest all of them, or they don't know who the leader is, that sort of thing. It's diluting responsibility among a large number of people. That way, you basically have to arrest all of them because you can't just point to one person who did it. So let's see. You murdered him just like that, no remorse. Who called the shots that night? When did this hanging incident occur? Why did you kill him? How did you kill him? Why didn't I just arrest you? Okay. You murdered him just like that, no remorse. They're not going to have remorse because the dude was allegedly, like, sexually assaulting a woman. Like, I mean, I would be pretty, I'd be wanting to kill somebody too if they were doing that, you know. Let's see, who called the shots that night?
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardie boy without arresting all Hardie boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A shadow of a smirk passes her lips as she tilts her head.
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
I don't have to. One of them was more complete. No, seriously, who calls the shots around here?
Who do you fucking think does?
Let's see, you do, you give the commands. I thought she did. The biggest animal dominates the herd. I'm guessing it's the big one. Gangs are usually run by the oldest, most venerable member. It's the 8th Hardie boy, the one who's missing the big dick. I wonder if he'll get mad if I point at Elizabeth and be like she's the one who leads it. If I could play into his ego a bit. Let's see. I'll say you do. You give the commands.
That's right, asshole. Titus Hardie runs the Hardie Boys.
He looks around for approval.
I think you got your answer, Mr. Law.
No, you did not get an answer. Titus does administrative work. He pushes paper, fills out forms. The others can't read. But on that night, they all acted as one man.
Okay, when did this hanging incident occur?
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
The fixer turns to remind Titus.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
How long had you known the victim?
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative for White Pines? The same company you're striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what?
He rubs his chin, pretending to mull it over.
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
Hey, why did you kill him?
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
So he was a mercenary, that's it?
And he stepped out of line.
He repeats, jaw clamped shut like a vice.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too.
Had Kohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
This one has a special gripe with him coming here.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
Okay, so I'm gonna say right, but what did he actually do wrong?
Wrong? He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
He wiped spittle from his mouth.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation? He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. That was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
The lieutenant is trying to make sense of this flood of information.
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl. Young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Okay, so, was this the same girl who was sexually assaulted, raped, you said?
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
There's something odd here. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it.
Okay, right, but who did he rape then? This is a very serious allegation.
No. You're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
Okay, well, I mean, I know how they killed him. They hung him up. I mean, I guess I could ask.
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious?
I mean,
Copper?
you could have killed him beforehand, or, I mean, because they were dragging a body, it seemed, from their footprints, so they might have, like, hung him up just to kind of desecrate his corpse a bit, but I don't know.
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
This is where an autopsy would come in handy. You have to work with what you know.
Okay, we need more. Did you muffle him? We haven't heard reports of any screams.
Titus, you don't have to clarify anything.
We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck, and hanged him till he was dead and steady.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
Okay, let's see. Wasn't he a trained killer from ONE's? I'm assuming that's how you say that. Special Forces. If yes, then how did you manage to overpower him? Where did this overpowering happen? Okay, how did you manage to overpower him?
With numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're right, Lizzie. I've done enough explaining here.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Where did this overpowering happen?
Weren't you fucking listening? The fucker came to our bar. It happened right here.
This is 50-50 basically. Things aren't quite right here, are they? Come on.
Actually,
fuck.
They're admirably, surprisingly composed. The entire room. Given how many questions you've lobbed their way.
All of them, maybe one of them is fidgeting, cracking under the pressure?
Well, this one. But he's always fidgeting, so don't get your hopes up.
Right, I have other questions about the lynching.
Like what, Copper?
Okay, I don't know if I want to say, like, no remorse, because, I mean, if he really was sexually assaulting people, then, again, they obviously wouldn't have remorse for it. So, I'm not going to do that either. So what are we going to do now? Conclude the questioning.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus.
The lieutenant closes his notebook.
I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility, we're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us, real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Okay, I talked to Joyce. The Mercury Hanged friends are coming for you. I do want to warn them of that.
Yeah? By friends, you mean his squad mates from Crenell.
Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma.
There's snickering in the room. Some of the men put their beers down. Let's see. Yes, they are forming some kind of tribunal and they're coming for you. I do kind of want to warn them. I don't want it to be a bloodbath, you know?
This is what happens if you take the law into your own hands. Other people start doing it too.
Let them come. The Hardie boys are right fucking here.
You heard the man. Right here. We're armed. We got the whole district behind us. And Glenn. Glenn is fucking crazy.
Yeah. A well-oiled murder machine.
Yeah, let's see. Do you know that a single Serra's giant hornet can kill 40 bees a minute? This Crenell is bad news, you know that, right? The mercenaries are armed with automatic weapon. Joyce said they've gone rogue. Nobody is controlling them. Yeah, I'll say that.
Big fucking surprise. They hire psycho scum, arm them to the teeth, and let them loose in the city. What do you think is gonna happen?
The mercenaries are armed with automatic weapons.
We got weapons of our own. We got Ister 50s, Zeelagers. Glenn's got a knock cannon at home.
Will they pierce ceramic armor?
I guess we're gonna see, aren't we?
That was an unsure phrasing.
For your sake, I hope you're right.
Right about what? That a 50 caliber bullet goes through shit? Yeah, I am.
Let's see, this Crenell is bad news, you know that, right?
So are the local gangs. The fucking Barmy Army and the Madre scum. You've been out there. Seen any around?
Yeah. Where are they now, huh? Sent back to Madre in an airtight cargo crate.
These people are trained military professionals with decades of combat experience. They are not a gang or a Barmy army.
No, they're not. They're uncoordinated and drunk. We know more about them than you think.
Okay, I'll conclude with a shrug.
What do you mean, okay?
I mean, okay, they're going to wipe you the fuck out, Titus. I mean, okay, you got this, you got the numbers. I mean, okay, I'll be on your side when they come. I mean, okay, you got one more gun on your side. Once I find mine, I lost it. Okay, I guess I'll be gunning you down. Oh, I don't like any of these. I don't like any of these. Because I don't want to say I'm going to be on their side or the other side. But I don't want to be, like, antagonistic either. I don't like any of these options. I wish there was more. I don't like that this game puts you on, like, one of either extreme. I just want to be like, I'm just warning you. I don't want to see violence on either side, you know? So I really got to think about this. Okay, they're going to wipe you the fuck out. You got the numbers. I'll be on your side. You got one more gun on your side. Okay, I guess I'll be gunning you down right alongside them. Okay, I'll just say they're going to wipe you out.
No, they won't. Get out of here with your negative energy.
All he means is that the situation is serious.
No wonder you cops get shot to shit every day. Can't go to war with an attitude like that.
Okay, I think that'll be enough for now, talking to him. We'll see if Kim says anything.
Yes?
That's it. Okay, I think that's where I'm going to stop today. A lot of information to go over. Let me... Well, I just not auto-save. I'll do an actual manual save game. So yeah, that was a lot. One thing that I do want to do, like in between videos, if possible, is look up the lore of stuff behind the game that I've already read, or just go back and re-listen to my videos, because there's so much here. And even taking a 1 or 2 day break, I feel like I'm losing context, to events that happened. So, yeah. Very interesting. We already found who killed him, apparently. Or we know who's claiming responsibility. And I don't want it to become a bloodbath. That's the thing, is I don't like that. Again, this game kind of gives you a one or the other. Sometimes it feels like, and I want to be more in the middle. I don't want anybody to die. So yeah, I am glad that I actually have more, stuff to look at now. It doesn't feel like I'm just running around doing nothing. So these episodes are now starting to feel a little bit more productive. So yeah, that's about it. Still enjoying the game so far. So like the video if you like the video, dislike the video if you dislike the video. Let me know anything that you suggest in the comments down below. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next Disco Elysium video next time.